Hey, fill in time with the PH, for those who didn't put that together. We should be starting the pod, Tucker, but Jack didn't have the list of players.
I mean, luckily we didn't have to go anywhere. We've been here.
Yeah, we've been here. We're ready. Always ready. You know, one member of the crew less ready on a.
Let me ask you this: do you think
strolls in just
the Phillies home
casually.
opener gets delayed for a third straight season?
Is it supposed to rain?
70% chance
We're
of rain on
filling
Monday.
time, by the way. Yeah, that's right. It's 75% chance supposed to rain
on Monday. Yep.
That's hilarious.
45%. I saw 45%.
That's hilarious.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Your iPhone's better than my iPhone?
Yes, I would think it probably does get. Do they have an off day on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate baseball.
They have an off day on Tuesday?
And then off day on Friday. Just plan another game. That game can be the opener and make the other game up later. Like, what are we doing here? This season just freaking started, and it's like, oh, off day. Cool.
No,
honestly, is it supposed to rain on Thursday? Because I could go for a Friday opener and chill out.
Friday
day opener. No, I'm saying for the actual opener.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yeah, is it
Nah,
supposed to rain?
it's like gonna be 59 and sunny.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'll take baseball, but if you're gonna build the off day in,
I need real baseball.
Friday.
I need my fantasy players to stop hitting home runs in the spring.
Oh, that's bad.
It sucks. It's like
you don't want that.
Because all I thought, like, again, my team name. Well, so I was exiled as the commish. Not exiled.
You got kicked out.
No, I haven't really been the commish in years. I just
haven't done it.
It's an honorary title, you know. So I kind of want to change my team name to Torkelson's Last Stand, because he keeps hitting home runs, and I need to see if it's real or not. I just need to see if it's all real.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hate spring training.
Let me tell you, it's not.
It might be. It might be.
Okay.
I think we should. We will never do this.
Uh-huh.
But I was thinking if we should start a fantasy baseball podcast.
It's so much effort.
So much we talk a lot of fantasy.
We
baseball
do.
Here.
Do people care?
Well, given the amount of questions
I
got
about you do get a lot of DMs. That's true.
I think we actually already are a fantasy baseball podcast.
Yeah. Who has time?
I barely have time to manage my.
I know you're a mess these days. I feel like I have more free time than you.
Of course, you have more free time. You've done 10,
bro. I nap every day. All right, that doesn't count as free time. That's work time. I have to be ready.
Oh, is it tax deductible?
Yeah, it should be. My nap is work time. If it were not for work, I wouldn't nap. There you go.
All right.
See that? Maybe I should be able to deduct my nap time.
Yeah. Is there a write-off?
I hate nap. Well, now I love.
I do hate naps.
I went into the morning show being like, naps suck.
Yeah,
it's a waste of time. I just want to.
You wake up awful.
Live every second that I have. Why do I need to sleep?
Don't have much time left.
That's right. I'll sleep when I'm dead, which is going to be soon according to Jack. Yeah. So,
I'm trying to keep you alive.
Thank you. You are, and I appreciate that. All right, we ready to roll?
Yeah.
All right. Woo. All right. It is another edition of the High Hopes Podcast, sponsored by Miller Lite, official partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Celebrate. Tastes like Miller Time, Philadelphia. Celebrate responsibly. Fritzy, we made it. We're here.
I know.
Baseball tomorrow.
I know. Well,
tomorrow.
And maybe not on Monday.
Yes.
Hate the early season weather, but you know what they say? April flowers. Nope, they don't. Nope. April showers bring
there it
flowers.
Is. They don't. No one says the flowers part in April. No.
Nope.
But at least they scheduled a fun off day after the opener and after the home opener, so we can not watch baseball on Friday. Isn't that cool?
It's smart. I think it's actually which is better, that or having two games in Japan and then having to come back and play spring training games as like a ramp up.
That is the dumbest thing that baseball does.
It's
the dumbest thing that baseball does.
Well, it's like
the Dodgers are 2-0 and they're playing like the JVers from like the guys who are about to get sent down for the Blue Jays or whatever.
Well,
like, what are we doing here?
It's going back with working on things.
Yeah.
But hold on, were you not working on things when you're playing in Japan and then now you're back to working on things? So it's ridiculous. We rant about it every year, having the day off on Friday. Although when Thursday gets rained out, it's nice having it on Friday.
But here's the thing. Couldn't you just schedule, make the game
just
up?
Make it on Friday.
Like you do with any other rain out. You make it up another day. Later in the season, we play the Nationals 8,000 times. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, don't start the season with the day off after your first game. It's just like, it sucks the excitement out of it.
Sure. Now, I could not be more ready for the season to start. Like,
I know.
I need to see how real all this stuff is. I need to see the changes. I need to
Well, you're on the ropes this year. I mean, I don't think you've ever gone in predicting a World Series win.
Yeah, no, I
this
think
is.
I feel
Yeah,
I'm
this is a
not
different
backing
year.
off it. I feel
You better not. Are you kidding me? You can't back off it.
would never. Would never back off stance. Philly stance I back off more than any other stance.
Any other? Yeah, you're like you will like position yourself on something and stay there till you die in most cases. But Phillies, you're really willing to flip back and
Well,
forth.
because no one really cares what I say about other things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like everything else is just
this is where it matters.
kind of doing a job. You know what I mean? With this is called life. This is life. So like I'm so over talking about him, honestly.
That's why we're doing a draft today, because it's like if we've got nothing else to say, we're just gonna draft players.
Like I think they're going 93 games. I think they're gonna.
I have 93 too.
I know it was sick. I heard Rube say the same thing.
Yeah, Ruben too. He did it because of the year though. So
no, I know. So everyone feels like people are in the 93.
93
range.
to 94.
By the way, 91.5 is a perfect over under.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's a perfect over. I could see them winning 90. I could see them winning 89.
I think the over unders in general this year are like really on point.
Yeah.
Like, I went through the whole list and there aren't that normally, I do the pod.
Oh, you do the Park spot on
over
it?
under pods. Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Look,
What was Elliot's
my
big
whole
take
list
on the
here.
over unders?
None.
Zero?
No.
Great.
He had a few he said ridiculous stuff. So
you said the over-under from Minnesota, and his
oh,
response
yeah,
was
it goes the Twins.
Twins.
Yeah, like that. Like, yeah, the Twins.
Wow.
I know, like basically, like I know who they are.
That's high level content.
It was really good.
I'm pretty in on the Twins this year.
Yeah, I'm too. I got them over. But I like all the numbers are like right on. I'm like, wow, I think they're gonna win that many games. Nicely done.
My problem with and this is inside the mind of a gambler.
Yes.
You know, not that I have a problem, haven't gambled in a while.
What?
It was a tough football season.
Really? You had to
honest.
take some time off?
It wasn't a hot football season.
No, okay, real
Because I
quick.
used to bet the NBA every single night.
Is this like, oh, it's just not as fun, or is this I gotta stop losing money?
Well, I kept looking at Sutton and walking the eyes,
That's what I mean,
and I was like,
yeah.
you know what? Probably not the best
I want you to
idea
go to
right
college
now.
if you want to go. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, it's $10 at a time. It was
I
just
know, I'm joking.
$10
I'm
almost every day.
joking.
Parlay's got to hit one of these days. You know what I mean? So my problem with looking at any over-unders is that it's minus 110, and I don't get out of
I agree.
bed.
They're just not that exciting.
I don't get out of bed unless it's plus 400. Or
I
more.
know you're so-
Just going to be completely honest.
You wonder why you kept losing all the money.
Hey,
Yeah.
but hey, if one hits.
So I'm very with you on that. The way that I bet is I strictly for fun. So like if it's not big odds, like what do I care?
Exactly.
Or I'll just bet on a game I'm watching.
I'm
I'll
not
be like,
here
all right,
to-
I'll bet on this game
Yes.
because I'm watching.
I'm not here to make money.
Yeah.
That's not how.
I'm here to lose.
Yeah, you're here to pay. I pay to pay attention.
That's right. That's exactly
It's
right.
about what it is.
Yeah, it's like I really want to. It's not just pay attention. I pay to be invested in some way or
Exactly.
another. Yeah, it's like
Exactly.
I want to care about this Mariners Rangers game today. I want to care. Like, not just
Now-
watch it because I love baseball. I want to be invested.
Now my Cy Young future odds, I've heavily invested.
That's what
in
you're
those.
into. Yes.
Heavily invested. No one, enough people are talking about Gavin striking out five and 5 innings.
and also the Christopher Sanchez odds just keep everyone's betting on him now.
There's a lot of Sanchez hype. I mean, like
Too
even
much.
I think
Like,
pitching
even
ninja.
nationally, like it's not just us anymore. Like people nationally are talking about Sanchez as like a Cy Young dark horse. Like rein it in, all right?
Rob
Enough. We could say that. You rein it in.
the pitching ninja, Rob Friedman guy. I think he has him winning the
Winning the
Cy
Cy Young. Rob, and that's like Mr. Pitching guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
It's wild.
Dude, I was actually thinking about Sanchez's journey.
Real quick, by the way, and I want Sanchez to win the Cy Young, but like, can we get Zach Wheeler a Cy Young first?
Dude, how-
Would that be cool?
How sick would Zach Wheeler
That's what
be?
my exact thought. Like, if it's I could see it. It's gonna be amazing this year. But like, can you imagine if Sanchez wins it and Wheeler's just sitting? And Wheeler is like third or
Yeah.
second again. Like, can you imagine?
They give Wheeler the Gold Glove.
Oh,
He's a 2-time Gold Glover.
job,
with no Cy
way
Young.
to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not even the best.
Not even the
pitcher on
Your own
his-
team. Yeah,
on his
exactly.
staff.
Yeah.
But the Sanchez thing, I was thinking about his journey the other day. It's I mean,
Well, you had Curtis Mead, man.
who could forget? He's
He's actually
turned
gonna be in the
into a top-
majors this year.
I know,
finally. Yeah.
I know. But he was brutal. I mean, I remember Chris Sanchez out in Arizona in 22, maybe. Out in Arizona, they were playing a late night
Oh
game.
my God, he was horrible.
And I think he came out of the bullpen and he walked the bases loaded
Yeah.
and then walked in a run. And I just said he
That
can't.
was back when I could stay up for late games.
I know.
That
And I was like,
fun.
he can't do it. He can't pitch. He's not a big league pitcher. And the transformation he's gone through from reducing his velocity down to 94 and like still having a good feel for the changeup to now getting it back up to
Velocity back
98.
up, yeah.
I mean, he's just and now he's a legitimate Cy Young candidate.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So the Sanchez journey into being like their number 2, like lock number 2, and I wouldn't be surprised if he led the team in ERA this year.
Absolutely.
Not at all. I just think I can't wait for the Sanchez season. And
Yeah.
when we're doing this little draft here, and like
He's gonna go high.
take him a little high.
I think he's gonna go really high.
Yeah.
And look, I agree with you on all that stuff, and I think it's Cotham's biggest win since he's been here. I mean, he's had a bunch. I mean, they've obviously done a great job, but I think when you look at where Sanchez went from to what, and look, I think it's also the front office's biggest win contract wise. I mean, it's like the only Braves-esque contract we have on this roster, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that contract is like an absolute steal, the Christopher Sanchez contract.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like the first Nola deal.
Yeah.
Like the first
It's
Nola
exactly,
deal.
yeah. And honestly, even better. It's
Yeah.
even more of a
So
like just a what's the word I'm looking for when there's like a price inefficiency. Anyway.
market inefficiency.
Yeah, but that's not what I was
No,
looking
it's not.
for. Yeah.
So it's funny. I think you could argue Cotham's biggest win is Wheeler. I mean,
That's interesting. Oh, it's a facet. You're right. That's a good point. I mean, guy couldn't stay healthy. Was never, we have stretches with the Mets. Was never this. That's interesting. It's a good take.
arguably the best
Yeah.
pitcher. Second, I mean, Scooball is probably the best pitcher.
Scoot. Yeah. Well, and I mean, what do we do with Skeens, right? I mean,
I know.
I mean, pure talent, Skeens is the best. But like, yeah, I think Skeens, School, and Wheeler are the top 3 guys.
Speaking of dominant lefties, did you see what Crochet's done this spring?
It's been great.
Yeah,
I like the Red Sox this year. I think they're going to be good.
Dude, they're plus 410 to win the AL East.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, I think
It's
they're going to
insane.
win the AL East.
I think it's gonna be Phil's Red Sox in the World Series. I think it's gonna be Phil's Red Sox.
I love that you're just bumping out the takes.
Yeah,
It's
Phil's
great.
Red Sox.
What a fun World Series
It would
that
be, dude. I would
That'd be amazing.
being able to go to Fenway. We should have had an 08.
Oh,
We-
buddy, to go to Fenway for a World Series game
Oh,
against the
my-
Phillies. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Ah,
Let's
dude.
go.
Sitting in the Ted Williams seat in right field.
Okay, now this has to happen.
I know.
I'm fully in
It's
on this.
all rest of my life. I want Phil's Red Sox World Series more than if I get a Phil's Dodgers NLCS into a Phil's Red Sox World Series.
Phil's Cubs playoff series would be fun to go to
Dude, Phil's
Wrigley.
Cubs would be great.
That'd be cool. But I agree with you. I think a Phillies Red Sox going to Fenway to see the Phillies play a World Series game in Fenway.
Yeah,
That'd be
Ah.
special, man.
Like
1915 style.
Yankee Stadium doesn't do it for me. It just
Well, certainly not the new one.
no.
Yeah.
Old one, sure. Would have
Old
loved
one
Phil's
was
Yanks.
classic. Yeah.
Phil's Yanks. But this one is just it's like a I don't know. It's like $1 billion stadium that has no heart.
Yeah, it has no heart, and it doesn't have the history. That's the thing. The old place had the history. Like you walked in there, you're like, wow, like Babe freaking Ruth played here. You can feel it.
Yeah.
You know, the ghosts were there. Like this new place has nothing. You know,
Phil's Yanks, Painter versus Roman Anthony and
Oh,
Christian Campbell. Come
Phil
on, man.
Sox. You said Yanks.
Yep, whatever.
Just
Just head down, keep it moving. Head down, keep it moving.
All right.
But dude, we're one day away from the journey, and I know like it's funny because for as long as a season as it is, it always flies by.
Oh, I
I
know.
mean, it always flies by. It's crazy.
So the phrase that I heard recently that I know people have heard it before, it's not like a new phrase. I just had never heard it, but it feels so true. Is the days go slow, but the years fly by.
Oh, that's the definition of being a parent.
It's so true. It is the most true thing with a parent that there is, and I think baseball is like that too, where it's like every day you're like into it, stuff, but all of a sudden it's like, wow, it's September. Let's go. What's going? You know,
Yeah.
I'm so with you. On
By the way, Abby's second birthday to walk. Walk's birthday was yesterday.
Hey, of course. Yeah, I knew it was kind of near you,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Right near opening day, which is perfect because
Perfect.
I already plan on taking him.
And
out
you're
of school.
happy it wasn't. Oh, that's the best. But there is nothing better.
I just want
That
to.
was my favorite thing. Every opening day, be like, see ya.
Yeah, I just want to be that dad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, that's the
the-
best dad to be.
Yeah, it's the only dad I
What
want
a
to
great
be.
dad that is.
Is that go to school and then
I'm gonna get you.
we're gonna get. I'll get you out of
He's
there.
wearing his Phillies cap to school that
Come on.
day.
Come on, don't make me tear
Oh,
up.
I love this.
Don't
I
make
love
me
it. I'm
tear
gonna
up.
tear up. This is a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
It's beautiful. And Sutton too.
Well, yeah, eventually. Yeah.
Sutton
Start
too.
with Walker and
Yeah.
then get there.
Yeah,
like the Sutton kick.
making sure.
Yeah,
Making sure.
yeah.
So yeah, walks 2 now.
Okay. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Wow. Got so much ahead of you, buddy.
Wow.
I know. So that's the thing is like I was thinking about this. Like the idea of like just having 2 kids who I couldn't leave alone.
Mhm.
Like Zoe, like I can leave her alone. Like I'd be like, all right, Zoe, like I'll be back in. Like I was home with Zoe yesterday. Like I walked Rue around the block. I left her in the house by herself for like 5-10 minutes. She's fine. Like you can't leave them alone for a second.
No.
Like that is
Well, I can't leave them.
demanding.
Definitely can't leave them alone together because Walker, whenever we're not watching him, will go over and start poking something's eyes.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
yeah,
no.
we gotta be locked in at all times.
It's not good.
But he's excited for opening day. Although and maybe he's still riding the high of the Super Bowl, which is great. I'm so happy for Walker. But
Obviously he is, as you should be.
every
We
time
all are. We all are.
every time I put the Phillies on my TV screen, he goes E, which makes me so happy. Fills me with so much joy.
I love this. This is great.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. One winner versus whatever this is.
Phillies need to win big
Yeah, because dude, and I know it's hyper focused because of what we do, but the calls and the tweets and the I know it's probably a vocal minority, but it's a loud vocal minority.
It's a really loud minority.
Oh my god, the whining.
People are so down. I've heard, I'm not kidding when I say this, some version of this, this phrase, there's no way the Phillies can win the World Series.
Well,
I've heard people say that 10 times this week. It's oh, they're not winning. How do you know? What are you talking about? It's baseball.
It's the same. It's bats are gonna go cold. Yep. It's Thompson can't manage.
They didn't do anything in the offseason. Can't count on the trade dedeadline because Nebraska's gonna blow it.
They throw the bullpen in there, even though when you tell them they have a top 5 bullpen, they don't care. They're no. I think my best take ever on this podcast. This is.
I'm very intrigued to see which one you choose here.
I think my best take ever, because I realized it about 2 years ago, is that no one believes. Well, first off, no one believes in their baseball team until they win the World Series, but no one believes in their bullpen until they win the World Series.
Yeah,
everyone, no matter what, could say, I still don't see it with this bullpen.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's just Hoffman.
Well, last year was the perfect example of that, where it's the best bullpen all season, as good as we've had, and then it's as soon as the playoffs start, it's well, I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew
there it is.
I knew Jeff Hoffman sucked. I told you the whole time.
I know. Yeah. I know. There's a lot of I told you so's.
Yeah,
with
I know.
With baseball.
Yeah.
And the problem is it's a game of failure, so that everyone's right. You know what I mean? It's and I think I said this at the beginning of last year. Maybe it's either they're gonna hit in October or they're not. I don't know what you want me to do. I can't watch them in April and say to myself,
that's the point. Yeah,
there it is.
But people will,
and people forget they led the Grapefruit League in walks.
Oh, did
and
they?
Runs scored.
No, they don't forget. That's, by the way, that's Elliot's reason for why they.
No, I know, and
just so you know, that was a big thing for him. The one thing he contributed to the podcast earlier was that he's I got a Phillies take, and it was they're going to be great.
Yeah, how it actually matters, and how he just
training
wants
camp stats.
Bring it back to himself.
That's all it was.
It
was all about the training camp.
It's all about that.
That's all it was.
So it's just I think the additions have been under talked about. I mean, I think last year.
I agree. I think Kepler and Luzardo make a difference.
Last year, they opened up the season with Rojas and Marsh in center and left. I would much rather have Kepler and Marsh out there, and especially with Kepler's done in spring. And even Romano, it's people I want a real closer, blah, blah, blah. We got to have a real closer. Okay, well, when healthy, he's a real closer. He the third most saves in baseball in the AL from 21 to 24. And he looks healthy, by the way. And I think he worked on some stuff this year down in Florida. And the sliders he was throwing in his last outing. I mean, are we watching a little Bradley?
Yeah.
2.0 here?
All right.
I'm just saying, an
I think it might be time to draft
an injured closer on a 1-year deal. That was good for a little bit.
Do I know?
Yeah. And Luzardo, I am trying not to freak out over the last outing, but we'll see. He's working on things. He was working on things.
He'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be
all right. And Taiwan's starting at
He's got
5th.
Caleb Cotton. Stop with that. I can't do
that. Taiwanimous?
Taiwanimous. Yeah. We got to come up with something else. We got to come up. It brings back bad memories.
Yeah, I think it should just be a drinking game. Every Taiwan start.
Oh, okay. But you try to get people bombed there? Yeah.
Miller Lights for Taiwan start.
Yeah, I like that. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, listen. You got to get through them together, right?
Every time he gives up a run, chug a beer or something.
Yeah.
That'd be aggressive.
No. Every ball hit over 100 miles an hour. Walks and hit and balls in play. Don't care if it's an out.
Yeah.
Over 100 miles an hour.
Then you
got to take a sip of beer.
Okay. People can be getting drunk.
Yeah. Just don't drive.
Yeah, don't drive. Yeah, sit home, watch the game, go to bed. All right. Should we do some drafting?
Yeah.
All right. So for people who don't know what we're doing here, which, listen to the podcast.
Do you know what we're doing here?
Yeah. No, not exactly. So I think we're just drafting players, right?
Yeah,
so
but I figured.
I have a couple questions. So we can clarify this.
This is good.
So we're going to do a snake draft.
Of course.
Okay. How do we
Boston the
decide who
same.
gets the first pick?
Tucker, who gets the first pick?
I think James gets the first pick. He
Oh,
showed up
dude,
on
you
time.
always. Well,
I
first off, I
desperately
was
wanted-
here.
Yeah. Yeah, but you had to go
You
back
weren't
to his
prepared.
desk. He told you, "Thank you, Tucker."
Why didn't
I
you brought it
appreciate
over?
that. I'm really happy. I wanted the first pick.
Well, of course you do.
All right, so
make sure I get everything I want.
That's settled. Next question: is this like a fantasy thing? Are we going like fantasy stat? I know we're not actually going to play this out, right? Are we playing?
No, this is like just no. It's not fancy stats.
So it's not like we're like 5x5, and you're like basically like who?
No. It's strictly eye test.
Strictly eye test. Like
You'll
who has
know
the best dudes?
Yeah, like you'll know at the end of the year who had a better team.
Okay, good.
I think. And,
Okay.
and Tucker's keeping track of the whole thing. And I also do.
I'll
think-
mark it down.
Yeah, you mark it
I'll
down.
put a J for all the guys. Jack
Yeah,
drafts
it's
and
easy. Yeah.
Yep.
well,
Okay.
And I figured we would. I don't know. I figured we'd talk about the.
F and S maybe.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I figured we'd talk about the like a little bit. Like it's always gonna be like I take Jose Ruiz.
No.
Yeah.
We're just taking players. No, I'm not talking about him.
We gotta talk about.
No, it's just silence.
I've got a lot of
Okay,
thoughts.
you go. I go. You go. Except you go twice. Now
And
I'll
we'll
go, yeah.
and we'll bring up later.
So it will be essentially after the first pick. It'll just be two. This thing goes. That's pretty entertaining.
This might be horrible. I'm just letting everyone know this might be a big old swing and a miss.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long.
It should not take too
It,
long.
it shouldn't take too much of your time.
It shouldn't take too much of your time.
All right.
And given your actions, which we will address later in
My actions.
yes, your actions
In what?
in the fantasy baseball
Oh,
draft.
please bring the actions because I have very strong thoughts about this. You want to just do it now?
Boy, I'm shocked you have strong thoughts.
Yeah, let's do it now.
You want to do it now?
Sure,
Before?
let's do it.
I mean, it was ridiculous. You took 6 of my guys.
I think you're
before
talking about the
me.
CJ Abrams thing. Okay. Oh, I did do this. Okay, this is fair. I got
Okay.
coming. Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. I
Yeah.
definitely did.
And the worst part is you would almost cursed. You would text me.
Oh, I got almost cursed.
You would text me laughing at me when you know first off would never draft and drive, but may have been drafting and driving.
Oh, how am I supposed to know that?
And you know I had Gavin Williams. Like you taking Gavin
You
Williams.
waited too long. All right, so here's what happened, Gavin Williams. We're in the 12th round, and Jack has 2 picks ahead of me. I'm like, all right, I actually wanted to take him my 12th round pick. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give Jack a chance here. I'm going to take someone else. And then if Jack does not take him with his next 2 picks, I'm taking Gavin Williams. Guess what happened? Get to the 14th round. What am I supposed to do? Not take Gavin Williams 13th round? Like, I got to take Gavin Williams.
Well, I just saw him. Yeah, that's the problem. Also, our league is ridiculous. Gilio's in our bracket. Me, you, Morgenstein, Tucker.
Yeah, I hate
The other side is Spike, Bro,
But so that
TK, Lakin.
why? It's Angelina cheating by making himself as better division as the commissioner. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to get on this.
Yeah.
By the way, divisions are dumb. They shouldn't.
Divisions are ridiculous.
You should not have divisions in fantasy baseball. Like that is super dumb. It's
All right,
the
hold on.
dumbest thing.
I want to see the other people. You know, Reese Olson, Pet
Yes.
Boyd, Robbie Ray, Gavin Williams,
Yes.
Woo,
Yes.
Birdsong.
Yeah.
I mean,
Woo, for what it's worth, Woo was not on your Fritz
Woo
players
is too
list.
good for being on the Fritz list.
Woo was just there was no reason he should have been available at that point in the draft. I don't know what happened, but yeah, the other all Fritz guys, and I took them all cousins.
Right in front of me.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
no, I could hear you laughing through the text messages.
By the way, honestly, the real outrage is, I mean, your boy, like Spike auto drafting, that's an embarrassment.
Well, he didn't auto draft. He had 300 players.
I don't care. Show the hell up at the draft.
What
What
are
are
you
we talking?
driving?
Don't drive. Wait an extra 45 minutes to go home. Like
Well,
this is
he's
a
got-
WIP fantasy league.
He has
Like,
an hour and a half drive.
too bad. Get a hotel for the night. Like, don't be a part of the
Well, hold on.
fantasy league.
Hold on. Get your keepers in on time.
Angelina told me it would be on time. He said we had until a certain time. What do you want me to do? I got it to him.
When did you tell him CJ Abrams?
Like 4:00.
I thought it was supposed to be 12.
Like, what do you? No one told me 12. First of all, he didn't send an email or anything about this.
All this for CJ Abrams. Was,
Yeah, I know. Well, C. James is in the 23rd round. Like, of course I'm going to keep him there. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I also have Paul Skeens.
I
in the
hate my
last
team.
round.
I'm just letting I hate my team.
That was the thing too with me taking your players. Let's be honest. You're going to check out of this league in a week anyway.
Well,
Like, what do you care?
I got 2 leagues I care about.
I know, and it's not the WIP one.
Yeah.
I know. So that's okay. You're not going to pay attention anyway. May as well let me have the guys all pay attention.
I know, but I like getting my guys. All right.
All right, let's dive in.
All right.
All right, so we're going back.
Who are you taking with your first pick?
Who do you think I'm taking? I mean,
Um,
there's only 2 people you could even consider. I'm going to take Bryce Harper.
All right.
I think it's the correct pick. I know that Zach Wheeler could be considered for the first pick, and I get it. Bryce Harper is the first pick.
What year are we getting out of Bryce this year? Because it's interesting in spring so far. It doesn't look like he's trying to. It looks like he's easing into this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we might be getting. You know, I think he's going to prioritize health this year over worrying about like busting it the first base all the
Which
time,
I'm fine with.
which is fine. Like it's time to start doing that. You're 32.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
had
exactly. He's 32.
a lot of these little
Trey's
things.
gonna be 32 this year too.
So, Schwarber's is 32 already.
They got old.
Quick, dude.
It's not fair. I can't call people old, but
No,
for
it's fair.
baseball,
It's fair. I think Bryce, like,
are you down on Bryce right now? Is
no,
that
no,
what
no.
this
I think
is?
he's gonna have a great year. I just think he's gonna. There's gonna be times where people are like, oh my god, like, why isn't he hustling? It's like I would much rather him just
protect
not
his body.
Yeah,
I
he
agree.
needs to protect
We
his
need
body.
Bryce the best in October.
Yeah. So I feel like
Would you have gone Wheeler with the first pick?
No.
Okay, good.
I think it's gonna be a 2. I feel like it's gonna be a higher average year and a
little less homers, maybe
30 to 35.
I could see
homers.
that. Like not trying to drive it out of the park all the time. Just
I feel 285, 290, 30 to 35, and then like 90 some RBI.
So you don't have the balls to go 300.
No.
Okay. Just checking. I'll say it's 300.
And I did tweet this.
301 average for Harper.
Wow. I did tweet this the other night, and it may have been after a beer or two. But I think he's gonna have like a 30+ game hitting streak this year.
Whoa!
Yeah, like it feels like it. It feels like
you can't even get to 300 and give him a 30 game hitting streak.
Listen, maybe I'll get it to 300. Twist my arm. 310. 310. 310. I think he's gonna have a 30 game hitting streak.
That's an MVP season, right? If he goes 310, 30 plus, 100, it's an MVP.
I need him. I need one more MVP.
Yeah,
I need him to be a 3-time MVP.
Me too. He deserves to be a 3-time MVP.
Yeah. Well,
I think he has one more in him.
I think he's got one more in him.
Yeah.
He's got one more in him. He needs like another. Man, it's hard to say. He needs another Bedlam at the bank moment.
It's tough to ask.
I would like to keep re-updating the.
He just needs a.
Of course,
he has done enough in the playoffs already. Where obviously, if they win a ring, he would be a part of that. I don't even think he needs to be the Harper he's been the last couple of years. Like he just needs a ring to go with the stuff he's already done.
Well, the most interesting part about Bryce is that I feel like he's the only one whose like legacy is on the line. I feel like Wheeler is established as he's an unbelievable big game pitcher that, and like hopefully he wins a ring, but as of right now, like hasn't won a ring. But I think he's the only one that like his legacy is defined by
100%.
Everyone else kind of is like Schwarber's already been a winner, you know. But
the legacy doesn't matter in the same way.
I mean, he's already a Hall of Famer, but the ring just puts him in a different class. I mean, it'll be remembered as Bryce's ring, no matter if he hits.
Without a doubt.
Well, he doesn't have to. He can't not.
He
get
can't get
a World Series.
You get over it, but like, yeah, I agree with you. I think, he's the best player on the team. Like that's the way it works.
All right, so I'll take Wheeler.
That's
Wheeler.
the most obvious.
Yeah, even though I think Sanchez is going to finish the year with a lower ERA than Wheeler, it's just what I got to do. It's pretty wild that he had like 2 years ago he had a 3.6 ERA. It doesn't feel that way because
it is crazy. Yeah, you're right.
Like last year, he kind of put it all together. He should have won Cy Young. Chris Sale
didn't
have a stupid throwback.
And I mean to have his two. Like last year, Chris Sale, like I can't argue against it. He was better in every category. Like I think Wheeler should have won it, but I get it. The Corbin Burns year is the one we look back and say that was not really
which we missed the mark on.
Yeah, I know we weren't on it in the moment. Like we talked about it, but it wasn't like as big a deal as when you look at it historically. You're like, man.
I know. All right, bringing it back around here. This is where it gets tricky.
It is. There's a clear top two, and then it's like
this is where it gets
a middle.
This is where it gets tricky. Who are
the third pick in the draft?
who is my guy? Who is my guy? I don't need to take my other guy early. All right. I'm going to take Trey.
I was hoping you would take Trey.
I'm going to take Trey.
So I think it's the correct choice.
Yeah.
If I had the third pick, I would have taken Trey. If I was in your spot, Wheeler and Trey would have been my two picks. I think you made the correct two picks there. Like, I understand that Trey is frustrating. And look, we could end this season and be like, I hate that guy. Like, I could see that world. But, like, he's still the second best player on the team. Non pitching. Like he's still their second best player.
And he should end the year at the highest WAR on the team if we're going by that. I think the Trey thing. It is. If I told you he's hit like 313 in his career with the Phillies in the playoffs, would you believe me?
So it's so funny because it's like I would because I know he hit 500 in that Braves series. It's like that series has lifted him up, and it really hasn't played that many games. It's like the Diamondbacks them 4 and then the Mets.
And the first 2 games
against the Diamondbacks, he was good. Yeah, I think it just lifted him up.
Yeah, so it doesn't back up the eye test, I would say, but the guy's, he's a good player. He started the All-Star game at shortstop. He had 295. I mean, hopefully, the leadoff thing they're gonna do the hybrid lineups, which I know you're thrilled about.
Oh, can't wait! Big fan of this dumbass hybrid lineup. Look, it's not the dumbest thing ever. It's just like with this group, it's like just put Trey in the freaking leadoff hole and let him do it.
And
like,
see how it goes.
Why? If the whole issue with Trey is his approach, right? Like, why ask him to do different approaches every game? Like, why not just let him settle into a spot? Whatever.
And by the way, he's gonna probably lead off maybe twice a week then.
Yeah, because it's way more righties than lefties. So okay.
Yeah, all things considered, I mean, I get the idea that you want to quote unquote win every game and like maximize your chance to
Which
win
I'm
every
fine
game.
with the concept of that.
But it's just too
look
analytical.
exactly at the end of the day, and people might hate this, but at the end of the day, in all honesty, and I know people got really mad at the Nebraska lineup construction thing, but I think for the most part, he's right. Like lineup construction doesn't matter as much as we like. Just get.
By the way, he's been a little McPhail.
He's been a little McPhail. He shouldn't have never have said it. I thought it was super dumb. But like, as long as you get the best hitters early and they get the most at bats, like I think you're kind of mostly fine. The thing that matters, people are going to hate it. Some people is how players feel, is how comfortable they are, is do they like hitting where they're hitting? Do they feel comfortable in that spot? Like that matters more than the actual spot in the lineup, if we're being honest about it.
Well, my thing with the Trey leadoff thing is just we know the Schwarber thing. If you want to go back to it in June and it's struggling for 2 months, okay. And I'm okay first off, it's not really going to lose you games, but I'm okay in theory losing baseball games to see if he can hit leadoff and if he gets the best version of Trey Turner. Because part of the reality is that Schwarber's in the last year of a deal. He might be back, he might not be back. Trey's here for 8 more years. So if it's the best thing, if it gets the best version of Trey Turner, you have to do what's best for Trey Turner.
100%.
It's not and if it sucks when he's hitting 240 in June and you want to go back to Schwarber, okay. But it's give it a shot. Just give it a shot. The hybrid lineup thing is insane.
It's crazy to me. Like I think it's just a bad decision. All right. My turn. Here's where it gets tricky. I will say, as someone who wins my fantasy baseball league as often as I do,
wow,
I pick at the end, and I love the turn. I love the idea of 2 picks in a row, especially in a keeper league, because you can choose which guy is more likely to be a keeper, right? It's like I'm the 9th, 10th round. All right, well, I'll take the guy who's likely not keeping the 9th, and I get the extra round. This is the opposite here. This is like 2 picks in a row, but I'm picking. It could go either way. It doesn't really matter who's formed by, but I'm making a statement.
Okay.
Christopher Sanchez is the 4th pick.
That's
in this
right.
draft. Yes, as he should be. And again, if he's going to win the Cy Young, you could argue he should be the 1st pick of the draft. But
for sure.
I feel great about Sanchez there. I actually would have considered taking him. I wouldn't have. I would have taken Trey out of him, but I would have thought about taking.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about just doubling down on my guy.
Yeah, I thought about it. But and then I honestly think now is where it gets. I think those are a clear top 4 for me personally. I'm going to take Kyle Schwarber with the next pick. I think he's the next most dangerous hitter, the leadership stuff, the whole thing. Contract year. I think Schwarber's the right pick here.
Yeah. No, I think again, I can't wait for Sanchez. I think that's the right pick. All right. I'm
crushing it right now, dude.
Oh, we're
so proud of us.
We're going right along.
We really could pick the top of the Phillies roster.
We're really good at this. I'm sure people are loving it.
People are like, this is
horrible. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm taking Knowles.
Yeah,
I'm taking Knowles, baby.
It's not. This is like in the draft where you're like, look, it's not a sexy pick, but he's going to put up some numbers for me.
Hey, you know what he's going to do? He's going to post.
He's going to post
every 5th day. But I'm actually in on Knowles this year. I think.
Really?
I think Knowles has a great year.
We're not talking about him at all. It's all about Sanchez or Luzardo or Wheeler or the Taiwan side. Like Nola has been the most under talked about great player on this team, just player maybe on this team. All like other than like the low end guys. All spring, like we're not talking about it all.
I think this is going to be the best season since 18. I don't think he's going to pitch to a 2.37 like he did in 18.
Oh, you sure?
Pretty sure about that.
Third in Cy Young, but there won't be 3 Phillies at the top.
He looks so good in spring, and the ball looks like it's free and easy. He's talking about wanting to spot down and away. He just is. It feels like a nice 3.2, like a 3.2 kind of year out of Knowles.
Okay.
I'm pretty Knowles up.
I could tell you are Knowles up.
I'm pretty Knowles up. I'm excited about Knowles this year. And my next pick, and a guy that, listen, this is taking a leap. But I do think that his year last year was cratered by injury.
You going Sadi?
No, I'm going Alec Bohm.
I'm
going Alec Bohm.
Okay.
And, this is going to sound excuse-makey, and I totally understand why. And if you're punching your podcast screen right now, I get it. I totally get it. But they were dealing with some legit injuries last year heading into the postseason. Harper was banged up. Stott was banged up. Bohm was banged up. JT was coming off of midseason knee surgery. You know, like if you want to go Hoffman neck injury from last year, like that was when Dombrowski. It sounds excuse making when he does it. That was a 100-win baseball team if they had a real fifth starter. That's also a 100-win baseball team if guys aren't as banged up as they were. And I know when you guys had Thompson on and he poo-pooed it, which he had to poo-poo it, but like I think there was legitimate injuries last year that did contribute to some of those guys not being able to produce when we needed them.
You're right. It did sound excuse making.
Thank you.
But it makes sense.
Hey, sometimes.
So you know my
sometimes not an excuse. It's an explanation.
That's my favorite phrase. It's not an excuse. It's an explanation. I say that all the time. In fact, look, here, I'll show you. I know we did the final thoughts on the other pod, but literally it's.
We do final thoughts on this.
I keep it at the top of my random thoughts thing always because
no excuses, just explanation.
It's a great phrase, and I think it's true.
We've got all the cliche, all the phrases today.
All right,
the days are fast and the years are.
That's right. We're kicking ass at that. All right, this is actually where it gets tough.
We said it was tough on the third pick
because I think Nola and Bohm were the correct choices there. I think there is a bit of a drop off now. So I'll go with another guy hampered by injury. The guy I thought you were going to take last.
Stotty?
I think Stott has a big year this year. I know it's.
What's a big year for Bryson Stott?
285, 290 range.
15 home runs?
Yeah, I think he's going to hit close to 300. I think he's going to get back to being the hitter that we all thought he was a couple years ago. And I think he's going to play Gold Glove caliber second base. So I feel good about that one. This next pick, sometimes it's like you have to pick for need. You try not to, but you're trying to take the best player available. But I feel like I can't let you get Wheeler, Nola, and Luzardo.
Oh.
So I feel like I have to pair Luzardo with Sanchez just to make my team look
all
right. So I will go with Stott and Luzardo.
Okay. Luzardo, man,
it's a bit of it could be a reach there, but I think it could also be a home run.
Well, yeah. And I think Luzardo, I think the thing that we're going to have to deal with him is
the off days.
There's going to be, it's going to be an up and down. It's going to be
He's going to have games where you're like, oh, man.
My hope is that by June, that like he's worked with Kaufman enough, they get in a good rhythm, and then he kind of takes off. I think it's going to be a slow start to the season for Luzardo. Hopefully he's healthy. That's
just say healthy.
32 starts 2 years ago was the outlier
miracle. Yeah,
in his career. Hopefully he can make 30 plus starts again.
And look, the Phillies have done a good job with. Zach Wheeler, a perfect example of someone who was hurt his entire career and came here and hasn't been.
Yeah. Noel's never gotten hurt. Obviously, the Rangers might have a bad back. It just might be what it is. But for the most part, they do a great job keeping these guys healthy. I just can't. I need to not think about his couple blow-ups down in spring training and just get to the season so I get really excited about Jesus Luzardo because his first outing in spring was 98 and it's like, oh, holy cow! And every single player, it was crazy. Every single player down there raved about Luzardo.
Yeah,
they were like, this stuff's nasty. Wheeler, Chris Wheeler, on with you guys.
Yeah.
Earlier today.
Oh, he was really excited.
Everyone's Luzardoed up because they got good eyes. All right, so
I think there are two clear picks here.
Well, I don't listen. This is a strictly Fritz guy.
Good.
Because I'm all in.
You're doing it?
Max Kepler.
Oh, I thought so. I thought Kepler was going to be my next pick because I thought there were two obvious
picks. I saw it in your eyes.
So I like Kepler more than someone I'm going to end up picking. Yeah. So I like you just went with your heart.
Yeah. No, I even picked Kepler up in some fantasy leagues. That's how in on Kepler I am. I think give me a 260 to 265, 25 home run season for Max
I think
Kepler.
That's doable. The 265, I think we'll see.
A little high?
Yeah, but the 25, again, he's hit 31 home runs in a season. Like he's done it.
Yep. No, I'm in on Kepler. I can't wait for Kepler.
I too am in on Kepler. Again, we've talked about it. I loved him in fantasy. He's a guy I've owned. Like I like the signing when it happened. I'm excited.
The Zach Bond of the Phillies.
Yeah.
Zach Bond.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
And I'm taking Jose Alvarado. Don't care. Give me him. 20 strikeouts, no runs in the spring. You kidding me? Curveball's an equalizer.
He's been amazing.
Yeah. But he's going to get tons of holds for my fake fantasy team.
All right. So this is the spot in the draft where it's like I know who I have to take. It's stats, it's numbers, but it's going to be both picks. Both these picks. I'm not like super excited about either guy, but like they're the right picks here. They shouldn't still be on the board.
Seltzer guys.
I'm taking Castellanos or Romuto here. They are by far the two biggest names left on the board.
Listen,
and
enjoy
they're the right
that.
picks here. They're the right picks here.
Enjoy that.
Look, my team is going to win in quotes this year. All right, I got Nick. So
wow. Wow. Oh, this is getting easy.
JT, I'm like, oh God.
This is getting easy. Give me Marshy. I'm in on Marshy.
Oh, good. I didn't want Marsh.
Oh, dude, Marsh.
Not a Marsh guy this year.
Marsh is gonna have a great year.
Okay.
I'm pretty marshed up. And give me Jordan Romano.
Oh, good. All right.
Yep.
I really wanted Ryan Kirkering there. I'm really happy he stayed. This feels like an easy round for me. I'm going to take Kirkering, no brainer. And then even though he's hurt right now to start the year, I think getting Ranger this late
Oh, it's a good
feels like a steal.
Candidate.
Feels like a value. Feels like a real value pick getting Ranger.
Yeah, and Ranger's interesting. I for him, because I can't figure out what they're going to do with him, because obviously he has the injury stuff. We know that the back. Like, I would be surprised, by the way, if it's 3 starts. You know what I mean?
Oh, you think it'll be longer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
We're not getting. You think we're getting 3 starts at Taiwan? You're getting 6, pal.
Well, again, we all know, like, especially coming out of spring training, like Rangers, he missed the end of spring training too. Like, he's not just gonna have to come back; he's gonna have to work himself back to where he needs to be and all that. I agree. I think like a month minimum.
Yeah, and their whole thing is we're not rushing these guys.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of this Ranger bullpen kind of thing being thrown out there. Listen, they could just put him in the bullpen, whatever. But also, there's no way he wants to go to the bullpen.
He is in a contract year.
Yeah, I know.
There's no way. It's not going to happen. Like, again,
no, it could happen.
Right. If he comes back and he struggles until Painter's ready and all that, like, then I could see it happening. But, like, I just really don't expect that.
All right. My next pick is Andrew Painter.
No, he wasn't on our list.
Don't care.
This is no protest. No.
Idiot. You're an idiot.
We have a draft board. This is outrageous. We're drafting off a board. This is like an ESPN. You can't type in a player's name.
Yep. Andrew Painter.
That doesn't count.
Andrew
It doesn't
Painter.
count.
Tucker, you break the
That
tie here.
definitely does not count. He's not on the list.
Well, I wrote it down just with an asterisk.
No, that does not count. We're drafting off a list.
And I will say,
it's like if you're online and you go.
Right.
I did ask Jack yesterday, are we doing the 26-man roster or do you want to draft from the 40-man roster?
Yeah, I know.
You didn't tell me that. No, I didn't know that.
He said,
no.
let's
Easy.
do the 26-man roster.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you're just having fun with
I'm having fun with you.
me. Such a dick.
All right, fine.
How much do I care about this dumb draft that I don't
this
care?
fake thing that we're doing, there's
really
no
fired up
implications
there. I
over.
got really fired up.
When there's an injustice, Seltzer is right on top of it.
That's why you did that, isn't it?
Well, I want to see if you'd actually get that mad, and you did. All right, so
I am consistent.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
That was pretty good.
So I'm taking Justin Crawford. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Aiden
So
Miller.
this is. Listen. I'm gonna do it because I was so excited when they claimed him off waivers. I'm taking Carlos Hernandez.
What?
Yeah.
Just cause.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I do like him. It was a good claim.
I do think I brought him up at the trade deadline last year as someone that
Was he on your
interested.
list?
Yeah, I think I forgot I said it because a lot of people said I said it. So that's a win.
Way to go about that.
That's a win. That's a win. But listen, the fastball is legit. I hope they. It's the strategy they have with the bullpen. I think is really interesting because they're kind of just taking a bunch of shots on guys with stuff. And bullpens are so volatile that like
why not?
you might as well. I mean, the guy's got a legit like stuff plus models. The fastball is insane. So it's just one of those guys where you put him in the bullpen, you give him Cotham, he's gonna start in low leverage spots, but he has more upside to me than Jose Ruiz. He's closer, I don't think he is this guy, but I think he's closer to Hoffman than not. And I'm just kind of taking a shot on that kind of upside. And I guess I'll take Strahm.
I think it's actually.
Let you
I think it's
Strahm.
quite rude that you took
No, it wasn't.
Hernandez over Strahm.
It
Like
was.
it should have been Strahm Hernandez there.
Yeah.
Just so you know, because you have control over that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I have to think. I was hoping Strahm would somehow slide through there. It's gotten tougher.
It has gotten tougher.
This is where real drafts are won and lost. I'll take Edmundo Sosa
Okay.
as my do everything guy, best bench guy on the team, obviously. So I like having Edmundo plus culture guy for my team. It lifts everyone up, makes everyone happy, smiling in the clubhouse. I really like having that energy around my team. So I'm gonna take Edmundo. I feel really good about that. Now, can I abstain from the rest of the draft? No, I'm just kidding. All right. I'm gonna do it. I'm taking Joe Ross.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
That's a pure upside.
Yeah.
Owned him in fantasy quite a few times over the years for like a second, and then he was hurt again, and I dropped him. And
2016 Jack loved Joe Ross.
Yeah, who didn't? Joe and Tyson, the brothers who should have been better.
Yep. So I'm gonna take Rafael Marchand.
Nice. I like that. I was debating it.
I'm pretty Marchand up.
You're Marchand up?
Because people are like, what you said about Stubbs. The Stubbs Marchand thing is totally different.
They're
like
completely different.
Last year, the Stubbs thing for me it was important for him to stay around at least through the year, and he's not playing that much. Like this year, I want JT to play less, and again, he's in a contract year, so who knows? I just think he's going to play a good amount this year. I think he's going to stay healthy, and I think he can be an everyday catcher. I really do. I don't think he's just a backup. And now, is he going to be a top 5 catcher in baseball? Absolutely, no. But I think he can. He's a World Series caliber catcher. We've seen World Series teams forever just not have like the most dynamite catcher. You don't have to have a great catcher to win a World Series, but he does everything well from behind the plate. I love the way he receives. I love the way he throws, and the bat's not bad. Like it's not a bad bat.
That's solid.
It's a solid, good enough bat.
You could see him batting like 270 or 265 if given a year, like a full year to really go. Like he's not gonna hit, like maybe it's a couple homers, but like he can spray the ball around a little bit.
Yeah, I like Marchand.
Maybe 270 is a little high, like 250.
3 starts a week for Marchand.
You can see that. No, I don't think. I think he could do it. I think it might be 1 start a week with JT. Who knows?
2 starts a week. 2 starts a week. And I'll take Jose Ruiz.
Yeah, you left me with. I knew that was happening. So, all right. So just there are 2 players I'm choosing for 1 spot because Tucker put 27 people on here because Rangers on the IL.
And Andrew Painter.
So it's between Weston Wilson and Tanner Banks.
Okay.
Great.
Awesome. You can just.
Wait, don't you have 2 more picks?
Well, no, there's only 4 players left.
He picked, remember, because I started with 1, so I'm 1 behind him now. I would be 1 ahead of him if I picked. You know what I mean?
Whatever. Just pick 2 players.
Right? Because I took the
have
first
you
player.
with 11 people.
Right. Wait, what?
Well, yeah, he's going to take.
I have 11, so he has 12.
Isn't that 26?
I'm confused.
Jack has 12. You have 11.
There's only 2 players left on the board.
Well, there's Tanner Banks. There's Taiwan. There's Cody Clemens. And there's
you know what's
Wilson.
funny? You know what's funny? I totally didn't even look at Taiwan. I blanked about like it wasn't on here. And Cody Clemens, I forgot about. So that's my bad. I was just looking at Wes Wilson. So that's great. All right. So then
you can just take 2 players.
So I could take 2 players.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely take Cody Clemens.
Okay.
Because I like him more than the others.
Sure.
And I'll take Wes Wilson.
No.
I don't want Tanner Banks on my team.
No, I don't want Tanner Banks.
You gonna take Taiwan?
I refuse. Yeah, I'd rather take Taiwan over.
Well,
Tanner
you have
Banks.
to take 1 more player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets 1 more.
I'll take Taiwan.
Then you can get Andrew Painter when
I
they
know.
take Taiwan off the roster for Painter.
Yeah, there you go.
I know. I would rather have Taiwan than Tanner
Wow,
Banks.
so you're really that out.
I got nothing for Tanner Banks.
Yeah, he stinks.
He just like, I can't believe he's on a big league roster.
All right, so Tucker, you want to recap the squads for us?
Yeah, so James's team, we got Harper, Christopher Sanchez, Kyle Schwarber, Bryson Stott, Jesus Luzardo, Nick Castellanos, JT Realmuto, Ryan Kerkering, Ranger Suarez, Edmundo Sosa, and then rounded out with Joe Ross, Cody Clemens.
In listening back, I think Ryan Kerkering's my best pick at that spot.
Yeah.
I think that's a real value there.
Yep.
And then Jack has Wheeler, Trey, Nola, Bohm, Kepler, Alvarado, Marsh, Jordan Romano, Carlos Hernandez, Matt Strom, Marchand, Jose Ruiz, and Taiwan.
And I think Strom's your best pick. I think Strom at the value there is a good one.
I got a lot of Fritz guys.
You happy with your team?
I am happy with my team. I'm disappointed in Luzardo and Joe Ross.
Yeah.
Kerkering was always a Fritz guy, but
Kepler was really the only guy I wanted that I didn't get. I'm fine with the rest.
Kepler,
I really wanted Kepler.
Yeah,
you took Kepler really early. I was shocked you took it that early.
I want to just talk about him.
I love it. I love it.
I just wanted to talk about him.
All right, we got anything else?
I can't believe you didn't let me take Banner.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know me at all?
So only a couple things to take. Only one thing to take back.
Yes.
I'm already excited about the Iron Pig season. Just letting everyone know.
I like when you put things in the take bag that you don't need to say. We all know.
Dude, Rincones in the outfield.
We all know. As soon as we saw the list of people getting sent down, it was like, well, Jack's going to be all over that.
Crawford. I might take the Pig's pen over the.
I love it. The Pig's pen.
Come on,
that
man.
is phenomenal.
Come on.
How is that not a thing? Like
pen?
they've got to make their bullpen called the Pig's pen. That's amazing.
Poor Stubbs. Poor Stubbs. He had an
I
Instagram
know.
story last night,
Oh,
and it was like when the pigs go bowling, and it's like him bowling with the iron.
he's trying to bring his Stubbs energy to the minors. That's sad.
So
Love you, Garrett.
I love Garrett.
You're the best,
I love
buddy.
Stubbsy.
Yeah.
It's not his fault about the pool incident.
Just imagine if he were born 6'5", what he could have been.
I know.
You know?
I know. So no, I'm pretty fired up about the Big Spend. Honestly, there's a lot
It's
of
a
guys
great
that
name.
I want.
I'm in on the Big Spend.
But
Look, we might need those guys.
one of them's gonna pop.
Yeah.
You know. And then, but Crawford and Rincones in the outfield is gonna be exciting.
Real.
And a lot of people are like, "Well, what are we gonna do with Crawford?" I don't. Unless there's an injury,
I do not. People keep saying they think he's going to be up this year. Like, he's 21. He turned 21 in January. Like, he is.
I think he's
super duper young.
I think he's up if Marsh gets hurt.
Yeah, if Marsh gets hurt, I could see him. But even then, I think it's far more likely they trade for someone to play center field than bring Justin Crawford up.
I don't know about that. I think he could be the center fielder if Marsh gets hurt, and then in Kepler's case, if he gets hurt, then I think it's Rincones. I don't think they're going to do. They're not going to have a Rojas center field and.
I don't think so. But I think they'll make a trade at the deadline.
I think Crawford's close. I just don't think it's like Marsh has a bad month and he's up here starting.
I don't think Crawford's breathing. I don't think they want to bring Crawford up this year. I think they will, but I think ideally they want to bring Crawford up next year. Be my guess.
Sure. Yeah. I just wonder what they might. And then do they go back to the Marsh and left and Crawford and center thing? Or
I mean, they're gonna have to re-sign Max Kepler to like a 7-year, $150 million contract
because he's the year he has
this year. You know, so we'll have to see how it plays out. You know,
I love it.
All right,
scale of 1 to 10. What do we get? The
so,
draft
all
6.
Right, are we going Sunday or Monday? Should we decide over the weekend?
Yeah,
we'll play it out.
Yeah, don't make me think.
Expect a pod Sunday or Monday at 10.
I had a big draft I had to take care of, so my brain is.
Oh yeah, I could tell. This is a lot of brain power that went.
Was a lot of brain power.
It's guys we don't talk about a lot. You know, you had to really think about it.
So I want to take Kepler this early.
All right. We'll talk Phillies freaking baseball, dude. Let's go. He's Fritz himself.